So here's how it goes. There was a boy who always grew deathly ill of car sickness on long trips. This happened especially on the way to his grandparents' home when the hills began to roll. He was in such pain that he would complain to his father, "Daddy, you got to do something. I feel like I'm going to die. I can't take it anymore, Daddy." But his dad wouldn't say too much. He'd just keep driving toward the farm. "Well," he said, "son, if you get sick, please don't make a mess in the car. Tell me if you need me to pull over. Try to look outside the car. I promise you'll feel better when you get there." Finally and mercifully, he would arrive at his grandparents' farm and his suffering would subside. When he got to the farm, he would take off his shoes and roll up his jeans, and he would wade in the stream, cold water washing over his feet, smooth rocks underneath. He would run in the grass. He would pick flowers for his mother. He would chase butterflies. He would fish. He would swim. He would climb trees. He would swing in the barn. He would jump in the hay. He would chase the dogs. He would lay on his belly in the field and eat wild strawberries. And then they would call him in for dinner. He wouldn't eat too much. But then after dinner, they would put a piece of warm pie in front of him with a big glob of melted homemade ice cream. And then evening would come. And he would go out and lie on the porch. And he would look up into the night sky at the bright stars. And he would climb the wooden stairs up to bed. And he'd crawl in that big bed and get lost in the covers up there. And then with the hay-scented air billowing the white curtains, he would listen to the murmuring and the soft laughter of adult voices down below and the sounds of frogs and the crickets on the night air. And then lying there with the weight of his grandmother's quilt on him, he wouldn't even be able to remember what it felt like to be sick anymore. Because he was so happy to be in such a wonderful place with people he loved and with people who loved him. Now, we may be car sick on the way, but there will come a time that the beauty of eternal life, the presence of perfect love, will make us forget all of that and remember it no more. And that's why Paul wrote in Romans 8 and verse 18, "I consider the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory that will be revealed in us." But now these promises are only for those who know him in a saving way, who love him. The story for people who don't know him it's a sad story. It's a very sad story that doesn't end well. You see, for a believer, this life is as bad as it's ever going to be. But for an unbeliever, this is as good as it's ever going to get. Now, what we want you to do is we want you to